So I believe they're already out on track, only just started quali. So let's go see top man out. Valium Rage, race with this man on Friday nights in the GTTCC. Very quick man he is too, well in my league he is anyway. Oh, he's gone for a car change this week. Okay, so Valium, you may remember from the last few weeks, has been in the McLaren, but the last few weeks he's not enjoyed driving the McLaren. He does seem to end up backwards an awful lot in it, so it looks like he's gone for a car change this week. I don't know whether that's going to affect any points he's got. We'll see. So Valium Rage in the house. P1 Skippy, Australian guy, Australian driver, driving right now from Australia. Tell your mates, tell your mum. Trying to keep that Subaru in a straight line. P1 Big Baz in the Porsche. Stay out of trouble, Baz. Stay out of trouble. Yeah. Gamer Dad fourth in the Beetle. No German livery on the Beetle this week. Stewie Mac in fifth at the minute, but no time set. Everyone just coming around this last turn. Someone has spun out though, it's Gamer Dad. So that's the start of his first flying lap ruined. Chris O'Hagan, Don Dotter representing. You're back, are you, Don? You're racing tonight, Don? Oh, we've got P1 Big Baz backwards. We've got, oh, Stewie Mac got it wrong. All coming out of the source. Getting that power on a little bit too early on that AstroTurf. It just spins the wheels up, and that's that. Yes, I have just seen Don Dotter. Where did I just see Don Dotter? Where is he? Just seen him. There he is, 7th place. I'm just giving us a chat in the chat right now. Old Don Dotter. Don't make yourself look like a donut now. So big long laps these at Spa. Not getting through there though. So yeah, no hot laps as yet. They're still halfway around the first of the hot laps. So, so first of the hot laps are in then. Raul currently holding the top spot, 2:15.4. Edge GT, greatest bonnet in the GT3 League, 2:16.8. Or Rear Wheel 72's gone quicker though, 2:16.7, takes that second place. So yeah, 15-minute quali. They're not going to get many laps in tonight. So yeah, Reg GT in third then, Mocking Weeks fourth at the minute, 2:16.8. Valium Rage 2:16.9. Again, he's got to get used to that new car. Dotter sixth at the minute, 2:17.2. Just caught up in a bit of traffic. Dory seventh, 2:17.9. We've got P1 Baggy, new livery for Baggy tonight, 2:18.4 currently. Luke Doherty Wales already apologising in the chat, saying if he crashes into anyone or knocks anyone off, he apologises. I think he's swapped from his... I think he's had a new wheel delivered, which isn't playing the game properly. It doesn't seem to want to connect up somehow. So he's had to switch back to his old wheel, which he says doesn't feel quite right. So we'll keep an eye on Luke Doherty. Currently a ninth on the grid, 2:18.4. So Fizz Ruckus, another one of the Porsche drivers. He's on a 2:18.7. Looks like he's just trying to stay out of the way, find himself a bit of space to get a hot lap in. Gamer Dad 11th at the minute, 2:19.7. Like I say, difficult track. If you don't spend the time on it, it can be a little bit awkward. Some big fast corners in it to get wrong. Some sort of chicanes to throw yourself off track out as well. So P1 Skippy down in 12th with a 2:21.4 at the minute. P1 Big Baz 2:27.2. He did spin out at the start of his first hot lap, so see what he's got as he comes across the line. Everyone else behind him as well. So he puts in a 2:17.4 up into 8th. So let's just run through that order again. Raul up front, unable to go quicker on that one. Reg GT 2:16.2, so a little bit quicker. Still 0.8 of a second slower than Raul's time at the minute. Mocking Weeks up into third then, being pushed back down a spot by Reg GT. Sorry, it was Rear Wheel 72 that got up there, wasn't it? Sorry, I didn't realise Mocking Weeks pushed himself up to third either. Yeah, Rear Wheel being pushed down into fourth now then. Valium Rage still on that, 2:16.9 for fifth. We're already over halfway through quali. Gamer Dad's sixth with a 2:17.2 then. Dotter, 2:17.2 as well. 2:17.4 for Big Baz. Dory 2:17.9. Oh, he has changed it. Scooby 555C on 2:18.3 for Scooby at the minute in another Porsche, very popular in this league. Scooby's gone for the, sorry, Baggy's gone for the Peugeot. Not managing to beat that 2:18.4 at the minute. Neither has Luke Doherty on lap 2 either. Fitzruckus in 13th. P1 Skippy all the way back in 15th. And Stewie Mack in 16th. Oh, Dory's got it all wrong in the Renault. Chucked it on the grass. Stewie's run it a little bit wide through there as well. So a little way off the pace at the minute. Looks like there's a fair chunk of damage on Stewie Mack's car. It doesn't actually affect the cars in this one. It's only visual. But yeah, it does kind of tell me he's had one or two off-track moments. P1 Big Baz getting it a bit wide through the source again onto that AstroTurf. You can see how much slowed him down. Game of dad getting past him there. Getting a bit loose through the source, through Eau Rouge as well. Picking up a penalty for his trouble. So a couple of position changes then. Rear wheels back up into third then, 2:16.2. Just pushes Mocking Weeks down a spot. Manium Rage still in fifth. Gamer off track through the exit of the chicane there in sixth. Some of the guys holding penalties as well. That's not going to... oh, P1 Big Baz taking all sorts of off-road lines there. So Dotter 7th. 2:17.2. He has usually been fighting it out up front. So unless he's just holding back and wait until quali's almost over and go for a flyer, we'll wait and see. Big Baz unable to get quicker than 8th at the minute, 2:17.4. Dory just sitting in the pits. So 4 minutes left of quali. Gives them enough time, depending where they are on track, for possibly 2 laps. Baggy's still 11th, not managed to beat that 2:18 on lap 2. Doherty also not managed to beat lap 2. Stewie Mack's gone a bit quicker though, he's up into 13th, 2:18.7. Oh, he likes running it wide through there, Stewie. Keep it off that green stuff, mate. So Fitzruckus in the Porsche then, 2:18.7. Skippy at the back. He's not managed to beat that 2:20.6. It's not all about being as quick as you can or as quick as everyone else. You know, there's different varying skill levels in these lobbies. And it's just always good to drive with people faster than you. You get to learn an awful lot. Watch a couple of lines, see where people brake compared to you. See whether you're brave enough to brake at those points. It does make a difference, it will improve racing. So we're still on that 2:15.4 then. Time come down a little bit, Reg has gone a bit quicker, 2:15.9. So just over half a second gap between Raoul and Reg GT on the grid then. The Toyota of rear wheel. Trying to stay out of the way. Possibly also looking for a bit of a gap as well. So Valiant Rage has pushed himself up into 4th then, 2:16.3. So Mocking Weeks needs to think about sticking in another hot lap. He's a little bit far back at the minute. Got a minute and a half. He should get round. Yeah, he should get round to start a new lap, possibly. Doesn't look like he's giving it full beans at the minute though. So Luke Doherty has gone quicker, 2:16.7 up into 6th position. The Silk Cut livery Jaguar. Don Dotter still struggling a little bit, 7th position. He's gone quicker, 2:16.8. So is everyone else in front. So still in 7th for Don at the minute. Gamer Dad in 8th, 2:17.2. Oh, P1 Big Baz just sticking the power down a little bit too early there, and that's spun him off track on the very last chicane. So that's another lap compromised for P1 Big Baz, and now he's off track. So just 30 seconds remaining of quali. I don't think P1 Big Baz is going to get round. It looks like he's going to knock that one on the head. So Raoul looks quite comfortable with his time. Reg GT also, rear wheel. So just giving it another go. What's he got? Oh, does it look slower this one? It's a 2:30 already. So 3rd place for rear wheel. Valiant Rage in 4th. Mocking Weeks 5th. Luke Doherty 6th. Yeah, race is about to start. Don Dotter 7th. Gamer Dad 8th. Scooby in 9th. Big Baz in 10th. Fizz Ruckus 11th. Dory 12th. Baggy in 13th, Skippy in 14th, and unfortunately Stewie Mac back at the back of the pack in 15th. So race 1, 20 minutes, all out, no fuel, no tyres. Let's hope they get away cleanly. There's your grid order, full room tonight, that's good to see. No rage quitting people. So the lights are up, wait for the timer to tick down, and they're away. It's a great start by Reg GT, not great by Valiant Rage. He's been smoked by Mocking Weeks. Don Dotter's got past him as well. So Raoul through La Source, nice and cleanly. Reg GT as well. All the drivers through turn 1 nice and smoothly. So down the hill then towards Radion. Through there and up towards Eau Rouge. So the slipstream will start to come into effect up here. Still nice and tidy through there, boys. That's good to see. 3rd place Mocking Weeks being pressured by Valiant Rage. Still holding on to that 4th just. Don Dotter is in a position to make a move down the inside though. Into 4th position for Don. Valiant Rage 5th, coming under pressure from Luke Doherty. Wales now trying to run around the outside through this. Just backing off straight back into 6th position. Valiant's run himself a little bit wide there though. I don't think Luke Doherty's going to be able to do anything with that. It doesn't. Gamer Dad 7th, Baz in 8th, rear wheel 9th. Dory 10th, Fizz in 11th, Baggy in 12th, Scooby in 13th, Skippy in 14th, and Stewie Mac on the back of this little pack. Oh, Scooby's run wide through there. P1 Skippy's run it a bit wide, as has Scooby. Stewie Mac's making a move down the inside of the pair of them. Can he keep his composure into this next turn? Skippy's right next to him though, so unfortunately Stewie Mac, it was looking good. He's just had to back out of that one, side by side with P1 Skippy through the chicane. I think P1 Skippy is now off track, unfortunately. It's got a nice bonnet though. Let's just have a quick look at that. Oh, wrong angle. Damn you. So Raoul still leading the pack. Reg GT 0.8 of a second back. It's Lamborghini over Porsche at the minute. Don Dotter then, he's had a flyer, he's up into 3rd. He's got past Mocking Weeks and Valiant Rage. So he has 7th position quali. It's not respective of his race pace for sure. He's got Valiant Rage and Mocking Weeks side by side though. Mocking Weeks is slow coming out of the last turn. That's going to give Luke Doherty Wales a bit of a run down into 5th position. Gets that move done before La Source. Mocking Weeks just dropping his penalty off there. Rear wheel 72 into 7th. Gamer Dad 8th. Baz 9th. Baggy Snails in 10th. So coming under increased pressure from Dory and Fizz Ruckus behind. So the Peugeot coming under real pressure now up the Kemmel Straight. Don't think he's going to keep that position. Dory looking down the inside. Fizz Ruckus might be able to slip in between the pair. He just took out in front of Dory. Goes for a move down the inside of Baggy. A little bit of contact, but nothing too dramatic. All on track. Still kicking off though. Dory just been dropped a little bit. Picked up a penalty for his trouble as well. Stewie Max got past. He's got past Skippy and Steve Scooby as well. What's happened to Skippy? Oh yeah, he went off track, didn't he? So 4.4 seconds back for Skippy. Bit of work to do. So Rao still out front. 4 minutes gone of this race. Reg GT's not let him run away with it yet. Don Dotter's right there with them. Top three have made 3.8 second break from 4th. Luke Doherty, and then we've got a train of 5. Luke Doherty, Valiant Rage, Mocking Weeks, Rear Wheel and Gamer Dad. But Luke Doherty's got it wrong coming through there. He's span it out. He's in the sand. He is back. Where's he gone? Here he is. He's back on track. I've got Valiant Rage off track as well, unfortunately. So he's gone a bit deep through there onto the sand pit. Luke Doherty Wales coming under pressure for Fizz Ruckus now. Then Fizz Ruckus making a move. Although Luke Doherty should have the inside run through there, but has he run himself a bit wide? No, Dory has. He's kept it on track though. So still in the defensive position. And then Luke Doherty is fending off Fizz Ruckus for that 8th position. He's run deep though, nearly 3 wide through there. Good bit of driving from those 3 to get it through there cleanly. So Raoul then still out front. Half a second between himself and Reg GT. Pulled a bit of a gap from Don Dotter 2.1. He will be out of slipstream range now. Sorry boys, I'm not keeping up with the chat at the minute. I'll try and catch up with it at the interval. So Don Dotter, yeah, just losing a bit of time to the drivers in front. The slipstream starting to play into effect now. Reg GT getting the toe off of Raoul right on his rear bumper then. Just slowly dropping Don Dotter. Now he's out of that slipstream. Gap up to 2.4 seconds. Wheel 72 in 4th then. 4 seconds back from Don Dotter. He's coming under pressure from Mocking Weeks and Gamer Dad though. Got P1 Big Baz just at the back of this pile as well. Big Baz not having the best of qualifiers. And it does seem to me trouble seems to find P1 Big Baz on track. So we'll keep an eye on that. Usually the case of someone else spinning off, and as P1 Big Baz is coming through, they come back on track sideways, backwards, upside down, and end up taking him out. So not the best of luck for P1 Big Baz, unfortunately. But still kicking off for that 4th position though. Rear Wheel still holding out from Mocking Weeks from Gamer Dad. Like I say, P1 Big Baz just tucked away in the background, waiting for one of these guys to slip up. Doherty Wales down in 8th. Then after that bit of off-track action, we saw him still managed to fend off Fizz Ruckus. P1 Big Baggies, P1 Baggies putting him under some pressure though. And then behind we've got Stewie Mac leading the next fight between himself, Valiant Rage after his off-track action, and Scooby 555. Stewie Mac holding position at the minute. Valiant Rage doing everything he can to get through. Scooby's run wide through there. Right, who's one out here? Looks like Valiant Rage has managed to make a bit of a move down the inside. Stewie Mac very lucky not to have his nose chopped off there. All drivers getting it through that last chicane cleanly. P1 Skippy back on the case. Unfortunately now Dory is at the back of the pack, so we did see Dory go a little bit wide. A tiny bit glitching from Dory as well. So Raoul and Reg GT are storming away with this one at the minute. 3.5 seconds they've got over 3rd place Don Dotter. you mean it sounds like party chat mode? What? Don't tell me my sound's out. I don't need to be hearing that. Scraff. Yeah, I saw your back spasmed out, mate. It's a shame. But like I say, it's all about, you know, you took part, you had a go. And that's all that matters, my friend. That is all that matters. So, still kicking off between these two up front. Again, still got that 3.8 over Don Dotter. Rear wheel still 4.8 seconds back. Gamer Dad managed to get past Mocking Weeks then. So Gamer Dad up into 5th, Mocking Weeks 6th, P1 Big Baz still bolted onto the back of these lots. Doherty Wales still holding on to 8th, managed to fend off Fizz Ruckus and Baggy Snails. Even up the Kemmel. Oh, Fizz Ruckus getting it wrong on the exit there, almost span it off track, managed to keep it back on the black stuff. Losing a bit of time to Luke Doherty there. It's looking good for P1 Baggy to have a bit of a sneak down, but Fizz got it back on track in the right place. A little bit wide through there, it's an awkward turn. Valium Rage also firing it through there at full tilt, looking to catch up to this battle in front, picking up a penalty for that off-track action though. Oh, Luke Doherty's got it wrong again, unfortunately, so he loses 3 positions down in 11th, now he was 8th. Steamy Mac 12th then, managed to make a bit of a break from Scooby 555. He's got a second over Scooby now. P1 Skippy's 1.5 seconds back, and then Dory now 3.9. A bit glitchy as well for Dory. So Rowell and Reg still at it. We've just seen Don Dotter come through the chicane behind them. Losing more time now, 4.5 seconds back. It's yeah, 2 20-minute sprint races, Ben. It does say endurance on the flyer that popped up, but it is endurance, sprints, whatever you want to call them. No fuel, no tyre, no damage, just all out, balls out racing, as clean as possible as well. So Rowell still comfortably leading. Reg GT just sitting behind him, nice and comfortable in the slipstream. Whether he knows he can make a move, I don't know. We're halfway through this one. It's been Rowell out front from the beginning. Reg GT in 2nd. They've managed to pull a big old gap from 3rd place Don Dotter. Qualified 7th, but managed to get through off the grid and a little bit of battling. He's managed to make his way up to 3rd. And he was right there with the top 2, but unfortunately just got it wrong. Lost enough time and space to be out of the slipstream from the top 2. And it's just slowly but surely that time is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. While I've been chatting, Gamer Dad's got past rear wheel 72, so Gamer Dad up into 4th position then. Rear wheel's in a good position to make a bit of a move, but Gamer Dad's aware of it, chucks himself over to the right hand side of the track to fend off the attack from rear wheel. Mocking Weeks is still there, as is Big Baz. Big Baz again, just losing the tail of that Porsche through the chicane. That's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen him do it. He's picked up another penalty as Big Baz as well. A bit of time he's lost to Mocking Weeks for that as well, 1.4 seconds. Gap coming back down now though. And these have got a big old gap to 8th position, Fizz Ruckus. Luke Doherty's back on track and he's made a position up, got past Baggy Snails up into 10th again. Baggy's putting the pressure on him though as they head down here. We'll see whether Baggy can get the slipstream and take that position back as they head up the Kemmel. Nice, bring it on Ben. Duco, yes brother, how you going? Have an old rivalry with a certain German. Well, being as there's only one German in here, Blam, I'm assuming that it's the Australian P1 Skippy that you're going to come and fill in. Rousey and Baba. Ooh. Yeah, he's pretty quick as Raul. I am giving it the fact that he has now got a bionic foot, so his inputs are a little bit sharper than mine and yours. Edge GT's doing alright. Has lost a bit of time to Raul though, 1.1 second. So just looking to try and catch that back up, get back into the toe of Raul. 1.3 now, that gap. Raul's running a bit deep into the chicane though. That's allowed Reg GT to close back up. He's got it a little bit deep on the exit. Still, he has gained a bit of time. Don Dotter behind then, 6.2 seconds the gap now. Gamer Dad now 6 seconds back, still being pressured by Mocking Weeks. Rear Wheel 72 then pushed back another spot. P1 Big Baz, so it looks like he's had another bit of off-track action now. Coming under pressure from Valiant Rage, Luke Doherty and Fizz Ruckus and the gang. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with P1 Big Baz. Probably the Porsche just getting a bit loose on him. Managed to make a bit of a break from Valiant Rage though. Luke Doherty and Fizz Ruckus pretty close as they head up the Kemmel. Fizz Ruckus will be in a good position. Unfortunately, he's not able to close the gap on Luke Doherty in front. A little bit as they come up to the braking zone, but nowhere near as close as he would like to have been up there. Tail end on the Jaguar looks a little bit loose as well on Luke's car. So Baggy then 11th, Scooby 555 in 12th, Dory 13th, manages to get back past P1 Skippy and Stewie Mac. Yeah, looks like Stewie Mac might have been off track as well. He's lost those positions, now down at the back of the pack again. So Raul just starting to extend that gap, 1.6 seconds. Just under 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes remaining on the clock. We'll have a 5-minute break, then we jump into race 2. Cliche, how you doing, brother? Yeah, extending that gap, 1.8 seconds between Raul and Reg. He's come down through there though. Does look like Raul seems to get the second part of that chicane a little bit wrong. Pull more time out over third place from Don Dotter now. 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Comfortable for a podium at the minute for Don. Big gaps back to Gamer Dad, 5.6 seconds. Mocking Weeks and Rear Wheel behind him. They'll get a good run down the hill and along the Kemmel. See whether either of those can benefit. So gap starting to close up then as they head up here. Looks like Rear Wheel 72 is going to make the most of this one. It doesn't look like Mocking's got as much of a toe as Rear Wheel. Rear Wheel sensibly not deciding to go for a lunge. That would have been the end of his and Mocking Week's race for a minute. Certainly allowed the drivers behind to catch up. But piling on the pressure now though is Rear Wheel, looking for that 5th position back off of Mocking Weeks. Coming into the final stages of race 1. P1 Big Baz then is still holding that 7th position. Valiant Rage in 8th, Luke Doherty 9th, a couple of off-track moments for Luke. Fizz Ruckus in 10th, P1 Baggy in 11th. Bit of a penalty for Bags. Scooby in 12th, coming under increased pressure from Dory behind in 13th as well. See a tiny bit of glitching. Skippy 14th. Stewie Mack 15th, now 6.4 seconds back. It does mean he'll start at the front of race 2. Taking his time through there, this time Raoul. You can see that just allows Reg GT to close up a little bit, but not quite enough. Raoul getting a good exit there, he's managed to extend that gap to 2 seconds, I nearly said 2 minutes. We've got 1 minute 45 left on the clock. So this will become last lap. Dotter now 7.1 back. Gamer Dad still in 4th, manages to fend off Mocking Weeks and Rear Wheel behind. We'll see how that plays out again up here. Let's go with Rear Wheel 72 as he looks to close that gap on Mocking Weeks in front. A little bit wide through there. Just not able to close up quick enough. Absolutely thrashing the crap out of that Toyota. Hard on the brakes. So it closed up a little bit. Mocking Weeks has run it a little bit wide through there, losing the back end. He's picked up a penalty as well. Rear Wheel sneaks through then. I think Mocking Weeks has just decided to drop that penalty. Unfortunately, that's lost him the position to Rear Wheel. So back up into 5th on last lap. Can Mocking Weeks come back at him? So, unfortunately, P1 Big Baz, as I say, trouble seems to find him. He's now down in 14th position. He was 7th. I've missed what's happened. I would assume tail of that Porsche has decided to say, nope, spin him off track. So he's now 1.7 back from Dory in 14th. Stewie Mack now 3 seconds back in 15th. So Raoul comes down this last little straight towards the chicane. We are into the final lap. Hard on the brakes into this one. He's managed to gain a lot more time over Reg GT. So across the line then to take the win in race 1. Nice and comfortably for Raoul. Reg GT going to come home in 2nd. Best bonnet in the league. Don Dotter 3rd place. Unfortunately just dropped out of the slipstream range. Gamer Dad coming in 4th place then. Good drive from Gamer. Rear Wheel in 5th. Manages to get past Mocking Weeks on that last lap through the mistake from Mocking. And comes home in 8th. Bit of a wiggle across the line for Mocking. Valium Rage in 7th. Oh, sorry, did I say Mocking in 8th? Mocking in 6th. Valium in 7th. Hounded by Luke Doherty across the line. P1 Baggy's going to come home in 9th. We've got Scooby 555 going to bring home 10th. Handbrake into the wall for Scooby. Good. Oh, Dory just losing the tail of that. Comes home in 11th. P1 Big Baz making it back up to 12th at the end of that race. Skippy in 13th. Stewie Mac 14th. Oh, what happened to Fizz Ruckus? Fizz Ruckus now down in 15th. So I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, the BSR League. Redemption will come. Nice, I like it. I like that, Ben. Redemption. So yeah, race 1 done. We've got a few minutes break and then we jump into race 2. Again, 20 minutes, but it is reverse grid, no tyre wear, no fuel. Let me have a look through this chat because it's all kicking off and I've not been reading it. Flipping heck, how does that go? Right, okay. Aaron, evening. Sorry, mate, I've missed your chat. Bets on being the crash end of the straight. Ah, you were wrong, Aaron Timberlake. You were wrong. Scraff, evening. Yeah. Did I not used to watch you race? I think you did. Yeah, nice attempt there, Scraff. Good effort, mate. Good effort. That's all I can say on that one. So Scraff, he did it was supposed to be a 10-hour race session today, varying different races, varying different consoles and games and things like that. Unfortunately, he only spent 9 hours because his back spazzed out and he had to get out of the chair. So, but yeah, respect for doing that, mate. It's hard work. He's a bit broken by the look of it. Yeah, shouts out from Chris O'Hagan for that one. Ramis, Fizrukas, Varik. Does that mean go quicker? Damn it. Is that what Varik means? I think it is. That's what I think it is. Won the first two, wrecked at lap 100 of 400 in the NASCAR. That's a shame, Scraff. Yeah, we're about caught up. Yeah, there we go. So let's have a look. I'm going to start the race at 10:02, so you've got 9 minutes, people. Okay, so the incident that happened with Big Baz was he ghosted. Looks like he ghosted to drop his penalty, and unghosted right next to Luke Doherty Wales. Looks like he got pinballed off track. Like I say, it does just seem to find P1 Big Baz for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, a few minutes. Oh. And if you hadn't noticed, I got the PC back up and running. That's thanks to my son's mate, who just happens to have some spare parts that I've jammed in. And it took a while though. It wasn't as easy as just sticking in some new RAM and away it went. Caught blimey. It went through boot mode about 4 times and then decided not to. Yeah, it was a little bit weird to say the least. So I'm quite surprised it's managed as long as it has. Doesn't seem to be overheating. That's good. That's what we want. A non-explodey PC, so I can keep my streams looking as snazzy as they are. So I assume you would have been. Was that you trying to get in this lobby earlier, this league earlier, Ben, in the P1 group? I remember someone asking. Yeah, Stewie just saying, "G'day, Dark Smoker, mate. Hope you're okay in lockdown." Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Tucking myself away in my spare room doing commentaries most nights. It is pretty much most nights these days. So tonight I do 2 streams. I do one at 7:30 with the BMWs. I do this one, and then tomorrow night I do the minis at 8:30. That's Chewit Racing. Come and check that out. That's usually good fun. And then Tuesday night again more minis, but that is actual real world drivers versus sim racers. Again 8:30. Come and check that out. That is the Mini Challenge UK, sponsored by Quaif Engineering. And on Wednesday we've got the GR3 team versus team event, also at 8:30, sponsored by Team Oliver Racing, the truck racing nutters, which actually I've just been given a t-shirt for today for my work and my help on the commentary. So yeah, cheers to the boys there. So yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the minute. Possibly Thursday League coming up for the P1 boys. I race on Fridays, and yeah, Saturday's off. Busy, busy, busy. So yeah, apart from during the day, I'm supposed to be working from home, but you lot know how it is. I could work from home, or I could stare out my window daydreaming, couldn't I? Which I do most days. Don't tell my boss. Why P1 Big Baz? Why would you send the German translation of Knobbly Bobbly to the chat group right now? Just to try and put Raul Siembaba off, isn't it? Huh? What are you talking about? Raul does like a knobbly bobbly. Who's that reversing down the grid? Stewie Mack, I think. Practicing his starts. Yeah, a couple more minutes left, people. We jump into race 2. Like I say, that's a reverse grid, so the slower drivers from race 1 will be at the front. And it's up to the faster drivers to make their way past cleanly. Let's hope they do that. I don't want to see any chaos into turn 1. I can't promise anything though, people. That was clean into turn 1 first race, so we'll see. We'll see. Ooh. Who's out on track? I'll sit in this bin out. A few of the guys getting a few sneaky little laps in. So Valiant Rage has actually changed car. He was in the McLaren up until this race. So whether that affects his points, I don't know. He's in the Honda. Not sure what that's like as a GR3. It's pretty quick as a GR4, I know that. As I say, P1 Skippy, the Australian driver, is actually in Australia, gets up at the crack of dawn to race with us. There's 1 or 2 other Australians in varying leagues as well that do the same thing. So it's good to know that these guys across the world who are in these leagues in the UK are clean enough. Okay, Raul just setting the grid order up then. Looks a bit more used to that car this time, P1 Skippy. Just practicing an odd start then. Not trying to tear his rear tyres to shreds. It won't work, Don. Tyre wear's not on. Stop it. There we go then. Getting it wrong, smashing into the wall. Let's see whether P1 Big Baz can stay out of trouble in race 2. Stewie Mack driving the wrong way, practicing for a, when do we say reverse grid? It's not reverse track, Stewie. Maybe just looking to get a bit of a practice into the source. Mocking Weeks having a practice start as well. Yeah, a few of the drivers giving it a go. Here we go then, 10 seconds, race 2. Reverse grid, no tyre wear, no fuel. Faster drivers at the back, we'll see how they get on, getting their way past the slightly slower drivers in front. So another 20 minutes Stewie Mack leads us away. Fizz Ruckus, oh no, sorry, Fizz Ruckus ended up at the back, didn't he? Apologies. Fizz Ruckus leads us away. Stewie Mack next to him on the grid in second. P1 Skippy and Big Baz on the following row. Let's see how they get on. So, good start. Mocking Wheat's getting a great start. Valium Rage just chopping the other Honda's nose off. Getting up a position. Stewie Mack then through turn one cleanly. Fizz cleanly as well. P1 Big Baz has been run a bit wide. And who's that? Luke Doherty Wales getting caught out. Not sure whether he got clattered there. I didn't see it on screen, but ended up spinning around now at the back of the pack. A lot of work to do for Luke Doherty then. So no damage or tyre wear, so that's not going to affect him or anything like that. But Fizz Ruckus has managed to make a move past Stewie Mack already. He's got up into P1. Stewie P2, Dory P3. Big Baz still holding on to P4. P1 Skippy P5. Running Rage in 6th. Mocking Week 7th. Oh, Don Dotter, I'm not sure. P1 Baggy, I'm not sure whether he got collared there. But off the track through the chicane. So he's now got to fend off Luke Doherty Wales. So 14th and 15th. Now a big old gap back to the drivers in front, 4.1 seconds. So up to race lead. Fizz Ruckus still leading. Dory has managed to get past Stewie Mack now as well. P1 Big Baz piling the pressure on Stewie. Stewie's run wide. He's drifted out. He's kept it in a straight line. Good driving, Stewie. But he's coming under increased pressure from various drivers behind. He's got Valiant Rage looking to make his way past. Mocking Weeks looking to make his way past. Skippy in there as well. More contact between. Oh, let's keep it clean, boys. Flipping neck. Oh, Reg GT's been clattered. He's down in 13th now. So a real tight bunch. Really difficult to see what's going on in that lot. Who's out front now? Okay, so Skippy's managed to get out front there. Dom Dotter is right next to him though as they head down here. Still holding out. Bit of contact between Dom Dotter and Stewie Mack. Skippy's held out though. Don Dotter, where's he going? He's gone all sorts of angles across the track. He's managed to get out front into 5th, but run himself deep into the chicane. Back on track, but running slow. Unfortunately, he's just become an absolute bottleneck for everyone else behind. Someone else has been collared in that lot as well. Who was that? Mocking Weeks, unfortunately, getting collared in that last turn melee. Now pushed to the back of the pack. All the work to do for more people off track here. It's turning into chaos in race 2. Let's start from the beginning and see what's what and who's where. Fizz Ruckus then still leading. Dory second. P1 Big Baz up into 3rd then. He'll be looking to pile the pressure on these two in front and get past. Have a nice clean race for race 2. Get some decent points on the board as well. So Valiant Rage up into 4th. P1 Skippy still holding on to 5th. Don Dotter 6th then, still battling it out with Stewie Mack for that position. Rousey and Baba piling the pressure on Stewie as well from behind. Reg GT's back on track, putting all the pressure on Raoul now as well. Gamer Dad's just off the back of that fight. Luke Doherty Wales, after his off-track action in turn 1, is back on track and back in the fight. So next pack. Scooby 555 in 12th, trying to fend off Rear Wheel 72 in 13th, P1 Baggy in 14th, and Mocking Weeks now managed to get back on the back of this pack in 15th. He's looking to make a move past Baggy Snails already. Down the inside, side by side as they head through there. Little bit of contact, but nothing dramatic. Both cars on track still. Baggy still holding on a tiny bit of penalty, as is Scooby 555. So they will drop back into order through there. So P1 Big Baz got past. Oh, who's that? Dory then. He's got it wrong somewhere. Down in 4th now. Valiant Rage and P1 Big Baz have got past. So just one driver left for P1 Big Baz to try and get past. Try and get some good points on the board with a clean race. Let's hope he gets past Fizz with no dramas. Not trying it into the chicane there. Getting it a bit wrong. Dory's got it a bit wrong through the chicane as well. And he's got it wrong on the exit. Sideways coming out. It's lost him a lot of time as Dory. He's kept it on track though, he's not backwards. So can P1 Big Baz get onto the back of Fizz Ruckus down here and go for a move up the Kemmel. A little bit far back at the minute. Slowly closing in now then. He's managed to make a break from Valiant Rage behind, 1.3 seconds. Fizz Ruckus has gone defensive. He knows that Big Baz is coming, but Big Baz just holds his line. Up into P1 then for Big Baz. Getting past Fizz Ruckus cleanly on the entrance into the chicane there. So P1 Big Baz has got to try and make a break from these drivers, get some clean air, and not have to worry about them making a move from behind. So we'll come back and check that out in a minute. So Fizz Ruckus down in 7th, then Valiant Rage in 7th. Why 7th? Fizz Ruckus 2nd. Valiant Rage 3rd. Big gap back to 4th, 3.5 now with Dory getting the exit of the last chicane wrong. So he's got Don Dotter to worry about now. 1.9 seconds back. A little bit of glitching from Don. P1 Skippy holding on to 6th place at the minute. He's got Reg GT for company. What has happened to Raul Cien Baba? Raul is now down in 10th, so it looks like Raul's been off track. He was behind Reg GT. Sorry, Reg GT was behind Raul. Now Reg GT is going for a move down the inside of P1 Skippy. Nicely through there. P1 Skippy's just going to have to chuck himself into the slipstream. So Reg GT up into 6th then. Behind we have got Raul Cien trying to make a move past Luke Doherty Wales, just being run wide there. It's gone a little bit wide there as well, so lost a bit of time has Raul to Luke Doherty, but Luke's now trying to run around the outside of Gamer Dad. Raul saw a little bit of an opportunity then, didn't quite make it work. He saw the opportunity nonetheless and went for it. Still in 10th place though. We've got the drivers behind slowly closing up, so Scooby in 11th, Rear Wheel 12th, Stewie in 13th, P1 Baggy now in 14th, Mocking Weeks back on this fight then in 15th position. So we should see 1 or 2 positions change down here. Let's go on board with the front man. And this is his view. He's got all these cars bearing down on him. Rear Wheel 72 getting a great run through there, closing in on Scooby now. Can he get the position done? He's close enough. He goes for a move down the inside. As he flies past, under braking, just takes that position off of Scooby up into 11th then for Rear Wheel. We've still got Stewie Mac and Baggy in the background. Mocking Weeks has just been dropped from that fight a little bit. Stewie Mac now going for a move on Scooby into this hairpin. He's backed out of it though. The boys rocking a great big dark smoker on their spoiler. Thank you gentlemen, appreciated. Just managing to pull away from Stewie Mac now, about half a second gap. Baggy's looking to make a move down the inside, not quite close enough through there. Mocking Weeks at the back of the pack, just still looking for a way past Baggy and Stewie. So P1 Big Baz out front, Fizz Ruckus second, now coming under increased pressure from Valiant Rage. Can Valiant Rage get the position done? Fizz Ruckus has gone a little bit defensive. No, Valiant Rage is going for the move down the inside. Fizz Ruckus runs him deep though, around the outside, keeps that second position. Gets a bit tail happy on the exit, but still got a bit of a gap to Valiant Rage behind. It's going to keep that position as they head down towards La Source. But now we head into the fast section. How's the Honda going to fare against the Porsche? Fizz Ruckus is going to get a bit of a tow off P1 Big Baz in front, so the tow for Valiant Rage won't be as effective as he hopes. actually losing a bit of time to Fizz down there. Gap almost up to a second. Whereas Fizz Ruckus is slowly closing in on P1 Big Baz. He wants that P1 back. Held it for the first few laps. Valiant Rage is still there though, just under a second back. Don Dotter's back up into fourth, getting past Dory then. He's only 3.9 back from Valiant Rage. Bit of work to do, but still just under 10 minutes left on the clock. So Dory in fifth. Just been overtaken by the Don. Gamer Dad's sixth then, being hounded by Reg GT for that position. Rowell in eighth. Got past Luke Doherty. So I would expect to see Rowell start pulling away from Luke Doherty behind. Slowly closing in on Reg GT in front. But Reg is a quick guy. He's got a big old gap. He's got a tow from Gamer Dad as well. So that's going to allow him to keep that gap. Just extending a little bit from Rowell actually. GT piling the pressure on Gamer Dad then. Gamer Dad losing the back end of that Mini. So Reg GT in a great position to make a move down here. I forget what this turn's called. I've got a track map somewhere. But Gamer Dad holds on to 6 at the minute with Reg GT. Reg GT trying to take a late dive into the last chicane. No, but looking possibly to run wide. No, but this has just allowed Rowell to close right back up on these two. 1.7 seconds the gap. Gamer Dad being pushed down the track by Reg GT then. Through the source, nice and cleanly. Rowell then 1.7 back, just lost a tenth through there. Luke Doherty in 9th, coming under increased pressure from rear wheel in the Toyota. Scooby in 11th, Skippy 12th, Baggy 13th. Mocking Weeks has got past Stewie Mac then for 14th. Bit of a penalty he's holding though. And Stewie Mac at the back of the pack. Ooh, getting it a little bit sideways through there. It's kept it on track though. So 7.5 minutes remaining. P1 Big Baz still out front, still under pressure from Fizz and Valiant Rage though. Valiant's not managed to make his way past Fizz Ruckus yet. Looking a bit fighty at the minute, Valiant Rage. Sticking to the rear bumper of Fizz Ruckus. Keep himself in a touch so when an opportunity does arise he can take it. P1 Big Baz. He's got 7 minutes left. He just needs to keep it out of trouble, like I say. He's got nobody in front to worry about. He just needs to start pulling the gap from Fizz behind. So Fizz is having to go a little bit defensive from Valiant Rage, which is slowing the pair of them down a little bit. So Valiant's already, whoa, I thought he was side by side. He's had to run himself wide through there though. He's going to compromise his speed into the chicane. He's not going to be able to make a lunge into that. So Fizz Ruckus keeps that second. Valiant Rage third. Don then still fourth. Dory sticking to his rear bumper for that 5th position. Gamer Dad still 6th, Reg GT 7th. Rowell CM Baba is right on this fight now though. Putting in fastest lap of the race as well there, Rowell. 2:14. Where's he gone? 2:14.9 for Rowell. So Reg GT is bolted onto the back end of Gamer Dad heading down here. He should be able to get this position done as they head up the Kemmel. Oh, just getting a bit loose through there. But Rowell's going to get a tow as well. So can Rowell benefit from this and slingshot the pair of them? He's closing in. Just 0.1 of a second between them. Reg GT goes defensive though. He's managed to fend off Raoul through there, but all the pressure is now on 6th, 7th and 8th. There's less than half a second between them. So back up to the front then. P1 Big Baz still being hounded by Fizz Ruckers. Still less than half a second between them. Valiant Rage still half a second back as well. Top three have managed to pull 4.2 from Don Dotter in 4th. Don Dotter's just managed to make a bit of a break from Dory Dory. Gives him a tiny bit of breathing room. So Gamer Dad still holding off 6th position. Reg GT's looking to make a move down the inside here. Still side by side, but he's going to have the outside line through here. That could give Raoul a bit of a look down the inside. It does not. So as they were, 6th, 7th and 8th, Gamer, Reg and Raoul. So it could get a bit tasty down here. Oh, Reg GT's run wide. That's going to slow him down. That's going to allow Raoul through to take that position. Reg GT will not be happy with himself over that. And now that puts Raoul in a good position to make a move on Gamer Dad now then. Can Gamer Dad fend off Raoul into this last turn? He's holding the defensive line, chucks himself. No, he doesn't. He stays in the middle of the track. But Reg GT goes for a dive down the inside, takes that position back off Raoul. He's compromised his exit speed a little bit. I think that's possibly going to allow Raoul to get the position back before the source. Goes for a bit of a move. Does he back out? Yes, he backs out. Raoul does. So holds on to that 7th, 8th. Again, he'll get a good tow down here. Both of these drivers have lost a bit of time to Gamer Dad in front. He's only a second and that time is coming back down. So the Bionic German piling the pressure on Reg GT. Let's see what Reg GT does. Does he hug it over to the right hand side of the track? No. Raoul's looking to make a move. He's got his nose down the inside just. So outbrakes Reg GT, takes that 7th position, outbrakes himself a little bit, allows Reg G to run it around the outside and take that position back. Unfortunate for Raoul, great racing between these two. But again, this is just allowing Raoul making a move back, straight back down the hairpin then. Not sure whether Reg GT kind of gave him that position, but Raoul's back up in 7th, Reg GT 8th. But yeah, that has just allowed Gamer Dad to disappear a little bit. P1 Big Baz then still holding that top spot. Still half a second between himself and Fizz. Valiant Rage now a second back. Still plenty of breathing room behind Don Dotter, 3.3 seconds back. Only 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Big long laps these, so the next lap will become last lap. Getting a bit wide through there, Don, but he's made a break from Dory Dory. Gives him some a bit of a break from the attacks, not the attacks, but the possibility of an attack from Dory Dory. So Gamer Dad is closing in on Dory slowly, 2.5 seconds the gap between himself and Dory. Raoul CM Baba, 0.8 of a second back from Gamer. Reg GT then picking up a penalty. He's a bit far back from Raoul now. 2 seconds that gap, so he will not be happy with that one. Doherty Wales then coming under more pressure from rear wheel 72, just fending him off for that 9th position at the minute. Jaggy we're getting slightly tail happy. So rear wheel 72 then half a second back. He'll gain a good tow through here. The Toyota's nice and stable by the look of it. So what's the gap at? 0.56. Jackie was getting a good run through there, making a bit of time over rear wheel, although that time coming down now. Rear wheel 72 right in the slipstream. Doherty, is he going to fight it? He does, he goes defensive. Rear wheel's going to try and run around the outside. Difficult place to do it. Unfortunately, he slots back into 10th position. Luke Doherty in 9th still. Still piling the pressure on. Doherty still having to go defensive, just fend off those attacks from rear wheel. We have just seen Raul make a move on Reg GT through there. So let me just flick up to the front again. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. This will become last lap. P1 Big Baz managing to fend off Fizz Ruckus at the minute. Still a few corners to go. Both of these drivers have managed to make a break from Valiant Rage. Don Dotter is slowly closing in, a bit too far back now though to make a move, unless we get a mistake from Valiant. That would have been the place to do it. So Dory 5th then, but he's coming under pressure from Gamer Dad and Rousey and Baba for 6th and 7th. So we are over the time. P1 Big Baz then heads down towards this last chicane. Hard on the brakes for the final time. Nice and cleanly through here, Big Baz. We wouldn't want to see you spin it out. So coming across the line then. Handbrake from P1 Big Baz. Good to see. Second for Fizz Ruckus. Valiant Rage 3rd. Don Dotter 4th. Dory's going to come home just in 5th then. Gamer Dad right on his tail. Rousey and Baba comes home 7th. Not that far back either. Reg GT in 8th. Rear wheel unfortunately not managing to get past Luke Doherty Wales, so Luke coming in 9th, rear wheel 72 in 10th, Mocking back up to 11th at the end of that one, P1 Baggy in 12th, P1 Skippy in 13th, Stewie Mac 14th, and Scooby 555 unfortunately at the back of the pack, 23 seconds down for Scooby. Comes around that last turn, and then he's going to make us wait. Look, why would he do that, Scooby? Come on, Scoobs, man. There you go. Evening, Dory. How you doing, mate? You usually pop in at the start of the streams to say hello. Where have you been? Yeah, points on the board for Big Baz at last. He'll be happy with that, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Like I say, trouble just seems to find him on track, as it did in race 1. He managed to make a break in race 2, slowly closed up, took the lead from Fizz Ruckus. Yeah, didn't manage to make a break from Fizz. Fizz kept him within half a second pretty much for the rest of the race. So, and Valiant Rage was right there with them until the end as well. So yeah, good racing from those top 3. It was good racing all round actually. Unfortunate for Luke Doherty. I know he's swapped wheels, so his the feeling of his other wheel to this wheel might have been a little bit different. And we did see him spin it out once or twice. That reverse grid from race 1 rules. Yes, it was. Yeah. So yeah, chaos. Was a bit of chaos in lap 1 or 2. It does happen, but most people getting through there pretty cleanly. Scooby's not happy. Reg GT's not happy either. Yeah, Reg GT did get tapped off as well. But yeah, that's that one done. Aidan McCafferty, Scooby, don't laugh at Scooby, he won't be happy. But yeah, that was round 8 of P1RC's Gr3 Sunday League. We've got 3 more rounds of this one. I am back tomorrow night, 8:30 for the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Next Gen. Come and check that out. Tuesday night, 8:30 is the Mini Challenge UK, sponsored by Quaife Engineering. That's real world drivers versus sim racers. So the real world drivers are actually in the Mini Challenge UK, and they've come to battle it out against some of the Chewit Racing finalists on the Tuesday. That's 8:30 as well. On Wednesday at 8:30 is the GR3 team versus team event. That's a really good league, so come and check that out. And then back next Sunday for the next 2 rounds of the BMWs and the P1RC's GR3 leagues. So that's my run-up for the next week. I hope you like what you watched. If you have, give it a like, give it a subscribe, all that sort of malarkey. Come and check us out next week. Come and check us out tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the rest of the days. That's about it. Tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.